Hello, this is PXA Dan and this is the tutorial video for Infistar. Congratulations. If you're watching this, then the chances are you've just been promoted to a moderator for Arma 3 or admin for Arma 3. So well done. Glad to have you here. Now let me introduce to you Infistar. So Infistar is our admin tools in game that allow you to spawn items, do various other different roles and bits and pieces that we need you to do. So to bring up the Infistar menu, what you need to do is press F1. This brings up your menu. As you can see here, it's split into three main sections. Your first section is on the left hand side where you've got your list of players. The middle section is where all the magic happens, and on the right hand side is where loadouts are and class names, etc. for items, but we'll get into that a bit later on. Before I get into anything in real detail, I need to highlight the difference between in character and out of character. I advise crafting or creating even two loadouts, one for your admin when you're doing admin work and one for your actual player. Reason for this is it makes it easier to separate the two. We can't have people confusing spawning stuff in, etc. and so forth for their friends, for themselves, that give them an edge when they're using their player. If you look at me, my character here, you see that I've got a bright blue sort of uniform. This is my admin loadout. Admin loadouts are down here. My player loadout, I think coincidentally, is actually a copy of someone that I took for the purpose of this video. So you'll see here that I have got the equipment and whatnot that I would be using as a player. If for whatever reason you mix the two, just make sure that you're aware of what you've spawned in, what you've not done. The last thing we want is our moderators to be seen as using their benefits or using this system as giving them the edge in game. It's quite frankly cheating against the server rules. If you're caught doing it, you will be removed as a moderator. That's the fluff out of the way. So now I've said that, we've done that. Let's move on to the middle section, which is our main menu here. So what you can see here, I'm just going to change back to my admin loadout. What you can see here are a number of commands that are quite straightforward in what they want you to do. So for instance, green generally means that you've got it turned on. So I've got my God mode turned on. If I get shot, I'm not going to die. Stealth invisible, you can see my character has now just disappeared. What I will point out, however, is you can still be heard footsteps, and as you can see, the footsteps can be seen as well. When you're on the dust, let's find somewhere real quick. When you're in the dust here, as you can see, the footsteps are very much visible. Other people can see it and other people can hear your footsteps, so that's just something to bear in mind while you're invisible. Try not to break player immersion too much. Okay, let's go back into our menu here. Player ESP, that brings up your player tags, their current loadout, etc. and so forth. The next major thing that you're going to probably use quite a lot is the teleport. So I'm stealthed. This is the important bit. We're going to randomly pick one of our other moderators already. I'm going to teleport me to the target. So I'm not sure where exactly he is. Oh, lovely. It's a random zombie. So there's our friend over there. We should just check and turn on our player ESP. Wait for that to sort of come on. There he is. There's our other mod doing, well, loot runs, I'm assuming. Just be careful, guys. When you're teleporting, you pick the right one. There's two here. Teleport target to me, teleport me to target. Try to avoid the target to me unless you absolutely have to. As you get used to the controls and whatnot, you'll get used to what you want to do when you want to do it. Another good thing to make sure that you're aware of, once you've clicked on a survivor or a player, whatever you want to call them, that you have them selected. So on the left hand screen you can now see that my guinea pig psychic is coloured in orange. As you can see in the key below, it's selected. Be aware, if you're then going to start spawning stuff, which we'll get onto in a minute, you will be spawning that stuff to that selected player. So just make sure to double check everything that you're doing before you do it. If you want to teleport, double check what you're teleporting, where you're teleporting. If you want to spawn stuff, double check where you're spawning, who you're spawning, and just double check everything that you want to do. Another handy tip while I'm here and we're talking about teleporting, if you want to teleport somewhere on the map, you can alt and left click anywhere and that will teleport you to that location. That's what I use most of the time and I find it works very well for me. Occasionally that will happen. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe from this video one of our admins can tell us about that and then I can cut it out. Yay! Right, okay, so we'll go back into our Infistar. Along the top you will see you do have main menu, which is all of your commands here. Spawn menu, which is all of your vehicles, items, traders, etc. and so forth. This is the admin log screen. So everything you do as a moderator or admin is logged and it can be seen by admins. So just be aware, guys, you can't be sneaky and oh, I've just died, I'll just get my gear back. It's against the server rules. Make sure you know the server rules before you start doing anything like this. The other one is AH logs. Now keep an eye on this. If you see this ticking up at all, just go into it and let us know what it is. This is basically, as it says up there, a hack log. So we kind of need to know if this starts going off. All of the time that I've been playing, I've not seen this go above 0. Maybe once or twice if it's sort of it comes on sometimes. If people are having trouble loading in, it will come into here. Just use your common sense, guys. So back to the spawn menu. Traders, don't touch traders unless you've been told to touch a trader. Vehicles, again, there's no real need to spawn in a vehicle unless you've got a good reason to spawn in a vehicle. Items are the main things that you'll be spawning in, I'm assuming. Again, don't spawn it in for no reason. Generally you only want to be spawning items in if someone has approached you and said, oh, I've been armoured. You know the deal. You probably know better than I do. If you're looking for something in particular, because there is loads of items, it's much easier just click in this box here and start typing. Territory flag kit, code locks, maybe code lock. There you go, easy. Okay. The bit that it does get a little bit more confusing is if you're looking for a particular gun. Okay, the FAMAS was a terrible idea. So right, if you know the name of that your gun, let's try to think of a gun then. Right, so let's go. That's interesting. I think they were meant to be taken out. No matter. Just be aware of what you're spawning in is what I'm trying to get to, guys. And also check in who you're spawning it in on. That's really important. The last thing you want to do is spawn in a load of gear. Right, okay, check your inventory. Where's all that gear gone? F1, you've just give it to Ben Gunn. Well, shit. You now need to go to that guy and say, you've just got all of this stuff. Can you drop it so I can delete it, please? Not that great. Okay, so I do recommend when you first get your Infistar that you come to the top of the mountain or some really remote location. For instance, over here on the Red Island, there's generally no one over here, or right at the top of one of the mountains. So I always pick Mount Rook something. I always pick this one because it's top of the mountain. There's no real reason for people to come up here, and you can just practice, and having the white background is quite helpful when you're looking for certain items. Just come in, practice spawning stuff, whatever it might be. You know, okay, there you go. I've practiced spawning some item that I don't know where that went. So I've spawned it on me somehow, but I don't know where it is. That's brilliant. Thank you, game, for fantastic. So don't spawn that item because you don't know where it goes. So if that ever happens, you can see up here, spawning sound suppressor on PXA Dan. So that spawned on me. Let's go back to spawn menu, on target. So it should have gone to my in my inventory somewhere. It didn't. Doesn't matter. Artillery, you get the idea. You just click on the or find the weapon that you want. So FAMAS. I'm going to spawn in this. Guess what? I've got the FAMAS. So if I turn that off, there you go. No ammo, but I've got the FAMAS. It's spawned on my person. So what we're going to do now is, I always press tab. We're just going to drop that on the floor. I'm going to find the item, press delete. It will press delete again to continue. Gone. Alright. Some things can be really difficult to exactly pinpoint if you want to delete. Get a weapon, use the aimer on the weapon. Okay? You may occasionally get asked for a class name by one of the admins. If that happens, come in, let's use territory flag again. Use the search, find the item. You can copy and paste on the right hand side up there. Copy and paste, send it to the admin that requested it in a private message. They then have the class name. They can go and do whatever it is that they wanted for that. I think that is pretty much it, guys. There's a few shortcuts that I just want to find. A few of the commands for you guys. Shift and 5 teleports you 10 meters. Shift and V teleports you 1 meter. Let's see if I can. So shift and 5. Function not enabled, so that doesn't work. Shift and 5. Shift and V. Function not enabled. This is really helpful. So shift and 4 I know works. Shift and B, hover, I know works. I don't know what my guy's doing, but he's doing some sort of dance. F5, weather. You don't need to change that. F3, you won't need. F2, this is helpful if you're trying to find somebody's base. So obviously you get the territory flags. This sets up their territory. If you're going to look for someone's base, you can come onto this screen which was F2, teleport flag. Done. You're at their base. It's good. It gives you a quick lowdown of everything that they have in the base without needing to teleport there. Who's in the group, etc. and so forth. Let's come out of that. Let's turn off my hovering. God mode for the win. Okay, F6. Sorry, F6 is heal yourself. F7 is repair or restore. F4 is your alternate spawn, but this will just take too long. Just press your F1, go to your spawn menu, type in what it is you're looking for. Right, Shift I. Didn't work. There you go. That's what I was trying to do. Tells you what it is. Okay. Most of that information probably doesn't mean much as a weapon. If you do that on a vehicle, you can see its health, who the owner is, etc. We're going to delete that. Delete it. Okay. Do you need anything else? Not really, guys. I don't think so. I think that will be certainly enough to see through. When you first get your admin stuff, come up to a mountain, have a practice spawning stuff in. If you want to spawn in vehicles, spawn in a vehicle, that's fine. Make sure you delete whatever it is you're spawning. Make sure that you're spawning it on yourself and not another player. Do practice going invisible. Do practice teleporting to people. Wherever he is, there he is, he's going that way. You know, make sure that you're double checking everything you do. For the moment, I think that's it, guys. Again, congratulations on becoming a mod. We look forward to seeing what you can do in character and out character. Until next time, catch you later.